Oh, hi there. I'm Jim Varga. Welcome to Storytime with Jim. The story of winter break. I didn't get to go home till the 21st because the roads were impassable. It's just so much snow. Couldn't get past that. And yeah, so I got in the car finally with my family. You know, I left the dorm and I got home. And then I woke up the next morning to get Peter from school. And then I got a call and my grandpa was dead. Oh, my hip. Ugh. I actually did kind of fuck up my elbow on that. Oh. Alright, so this is the story of the worst kid at the summer camp where I worked. So there was this kid, and his name was and I shit you not, he was like up to here on me. That was it. Like he was this tall, he was in like 5th grade. I show up for training. My first year, I showed up for training. How to deal with kids who are like violent. And like every time they would like bring up a really like crazy thing, like 2 or 3 veteran counselors would be sitting there and just be like right? And eventually I asked, who's this kid? He'll like build weapons and bring knives. He has a thing for sticks. His dad doesn't love him. I was like, oh boy, this kid sounds like a handful. Somehow he got it in his fucked up little head that I didn't like him. And so he decided he didn't like me either. Kid shows up. And he, like, is threatening another kid with a knife, and the other kid, like, comes to me, he's like, he has a weapon. And then, like, this other kid shows up, and he's just like, oh, Jim, he's got, like, a knife, and he stabbed a kid with it. No, he hadn't stabbed a kid with it. He has this knife, and he's, like, threatening people with it. I'm like, and I go over to him, I'm like, hand me the knife. Fucking thrusts the knife at me, and hits me in the hand. Put the knife down. With blood, like, coming down my arm. And looks at me, he's like... And I just, like, pull the knife out of his hand by the blade, fold it up, and put it in my pocket. Now, we're not gonna have to tell anyone about this. You're going to go get me the first aid kit, and we're just not going to address this again, alright? Okay! And he went and he got me, like, the first aid kit, and I, like, put a bunch of gauze around my hand, and, like, that was really it. But then, like, the second year was way worse, because at this point he's, like, determined that he hates me. It was kind of my fault, okay? It was pretty much my fault. Got golf carts at the camp. And the pool is really far away. And so, like, if a kid shows up late and they're supposed... Oh shit, that's probably my order. I've got, like, 5 head of cattle coming in, so, like...
I was at this spring break Easter party, and my uncle threw this wiffle ball over the fence of my neighbor's house. So I jumped over the fence, and then I'm like walking, and I see the ball, and then I see their 2 poodles sitting like right next to it together, and they just like look up and growl at me. And I turn around and I start running, and then the dogs get up, and one of them bit me in the ass. I want a PlayStation. I want a dog. I want an iPhone. I want my mom and dad to stop fighting.
At the camp, we've got, you know, a fleet of golf carts, and if a kid shows up late and you, like, gotta get him to an activity area, you throw up your hand like this, and one of the management staff will throw you a key, and he'll go and put on a pair of aviator glasses and get behind. They see you drive in cars every morning, they don't give a shit. But, like, you're driving a golf cart, like, whoa, Jim, can I drive? Shut up. No, you can't. Sit down. Buckle in. Just kidding, there's no buckles. Golf carts, you don't really leave them running because they shut off the engine when they stop. But, like, I left the keys in the ignition and just, like, walked the kid in. And while I was doing this, fucking gets behind the wheel of the golf cart. Can barely, like, see over the steering wheel. He's, like, flooring it down the road, but they're capped at 15, so, like, no one even notices. Camp director comes driving by on her personal golf cart in the opposite direction and just sees, like, this child. It's like this tall. It's just like, whoa, and driving down the road. So she gets off of her golf cart and starts pursuing him on foot. Meanwhile, I finally do my due diligence, come out of the pool, and the golf cart's just gone. Hey, you see where it went? Oh yeah, he bet me $5 that, that he wouldn't get on the golf cart. Well, who took the golf cart back? And the kid just holds up a $5 bill, and then it clicks with me. I'm like, fuck. So I begin pursuing on foot, and a kid had just laid down a bicycle on the side of the road, so I grab that and begin pursuing on a bike. So then I see our camp director, and she's just jogging. And I'm like, oh, that's nothing that peculiar. So I fly past her on the bike. Now she's pursuing me on foot. And she picks up the pace. Where's that golf cart? I don't know, man. A kid stole it. How did this happen? Whose group is he in? He's in Ray's group. But the thing is, she quit halfway through that day before they could even reprimand her. Anyway, so, here I am on a bicycle pursuing a golf cart with a kid in it. And I find the golf cart, and it is rammed up on some dirt. So he got out. He's running through wet concrete. So I walk into the main lodge basement, because the door is just open on the main lodge basement. I'm like, oh shit. And it's all dark in there, and there's just a boiler running. Where are you? And I hear footsteps running around, and I turn around. And he's standing there. He's got a fucking pipe wrench. Try me. And the kid fucking does it! Kid fucking whips a pipe wrench and hits me in the top of the head! So we called his parents. And his parents were like, oh yeah, I can't actually come pick him up till 3. He's like, I fucking hate you, Jim! I'm like, hey, we don't swear at camp. Fuck! Hey, you wanna talk to your mom? She doesn't love me! So we had to fucking lock him in the main office. I never got reprimanded. Oh yeah, he's in Ray's group. And then Ray just walks off in the middle of the day and never comes back. It seems like the case is closed, but really it was my fault. I had a welt on my head for the longest time. It was bad. That's the story of the worst kid at camp. Alright boys, I think that's a wrap. Good job today. Yeah, nice working with you. I'm just gonna